All right, then. Hello, everyone. So today's Tuesday. I've already put the hours in the members area, so you can take a look there. This is how it panned out yesterday. Remember, these are the Astro hours. If you missed that one because it didn't get to the target, you could have taken that one because that's a retest. As you can see, that happened at the Astro hours. The Astro hour swing, then pull back, same place, retracement, retest, and then just crash down. Okay, so that's all good. So let's take a look at the daily chart before we do anything. Okay, there we go. That's the daily. So we might have the opportunity to break down here. As you can see, we've got a level down here to test, which is 42. That's 1915. So we could take 1915 as a target today, which I'll put there from yesterday as well. On the weekly, you can see that's 52, 1941. Didn't get up there to do any testing, as you can see. If I go to the 15-minute chart again, 1941, it didn't get there. And that's up here. All right, so yesterday we had, let me just get back in here, a bit slow. Right, now this is gold specific, it's 945, okay, but it's also general as well. So we've got 945 and you can actually put 10 o'clock there as well, which is fine. Okay, so if we go up, let me just make this white. If you go up, you can sell again, okay? And a place to actually sell it might be this zone here where the weekly pivot is. So that's a spot where you can sell it, okay? And that's that. All right, so no real dramas there. And if the market comes down, should you be a buyer? It's a question. It'll need to break 1915 and then we'll have to come down. You see, there is room to come down, so I don't mind selling it off. But you know my style, I like to sell when the market goes up, and and that's it. Otherwise, I'm expecting the market to come down, and on the weekly as well, and on the monthly, we got that break down on the PST. Okay, so market coming into the 1850s for me, is an option. Therefore, I don't mind selling it as well at Astro hours if it goes up because there's a gap here. So if it fills in the gap, selling it, I think, is a better option. And always keep an open mind about that 1941 level, which is on your weekly. Okay. On the daily, let's see, we had that 1934 yesterday, but on the daily, as you can see, that we don't have any extra levels there. So it's going to be like, let's get rid of that. That 1934 is not a PST level. Remember, it comes back from filling in the gaps. That's why it didn't exactly go there. And if you take a look at your daily, okay, because while we're doing this video, I might as well get some technical analysis done. That 1934 is a technical level because of the gap here, okay, between these. So it's just shy of it, which is fine. It'll do. But if it does go back up again, selling, I think it's not a bad idea. Also, Monday was a swing day for gold, so check out your swing days for gold as well. And if you want to, wait for the next one, that's also fine. You can just be an observer today, and that's about it. SP 500. So let's take a look to the daily on this one. Now remember, this was a swing day as well yesterday. All right, SP 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. They all had swing days Monday. So the market going nicely up. Not a surprise here. As you can see, we've got a bit of a gap here. The market may still want to fill. On the daily, we've got 60, which is 4518. So if we do get to 4518 on the daily, that's going to be a resistance level. So 4518, let's do that here. And yesterday, as you can see, this was an Astro hour. I actually posted that yesterday. I said 4486 was good to sell at an Astro hour. Well, that's your Astro hour. If you sold that, I actually sold that to profit yesterday. And if you did it again, okay, in the closing, because that was like too late for me, you would have also been just fine. Okay, so I'm just going to move this into 4,518. So if we do end up here at an Astro hour with sellers again, on the weekly, as you know, that's 4,513, and 59 is that 4,486. And if you think about it, you'll also see on the weekly that the market yesterday on the daily closed below it. Okay, 4,000, it closed below the 4,486. Now the Astro hours, I didn't put the Astro hours on here today, but they're on the website, so you can easily just pop them up there. What you can wait today is that 9:30. Okay, 9:30 to 9:55. I think you can wait for that one. There is a 10 past 7, but I wouldn't worry about that one. The reason is it's your 9:30 there. Actually, 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock to 9:45 there. Okay, 9 o'clock and 9:45. And the reason I wouldn't worry about it too much is this is a sandwich zone, so we should be coming into a place more safer for us to trade around actually 9:45. Today also a good hour to wait for is 1 o'clock. 1 to 1:30 is not a bad time period is either. So that might also be an option there as well. Okay, and today we've got 7:12, 10 past 7, let's say, and that's going to be there. All right, on the 7 o'clock. So coming down a little bit, it's not a worry. Just put your Astro hours as usual. So with the SP 500, you know my stand on this one. When we get a good position, we might want to sell it off. The market should retest the high of that, which is 4,473.50. So let's say 4,473.50. It's going to be about there, as you can see. All right. So coming back to retest this. Yeah, that's your level there. Okay. So this might be a good place to buy since the market went high, closed above. So I might want to come back down and push up again. And that's fine. Why? Because I also said this month, looking to make a high and then selling off is also an option. Despite the fact that it's kind of like done a double top here, it hasn't really done that there. So there's still an opportunity this month to push up and then sell off. But like I said, this month and also for this SP 500, we want to keep in mind the 4th of October as well. So there are some specific dates where the market can really do amazing surprises. Okay, so we could find ourselves somewhere at the top, really, good opportunity to sell off. Also on the 4th of October, check it out and just be mindful. And that's that. So any push up is going to be good to sell. That 60 level is 4,518, which is 4,518 is up here. Okay, and on the weekly, as you can see, we're right on there. Okay, so if it does break out, we might go up a little bit more into that 4,518.13 zone. Also 4,513 is not a bad spot there. So this zone might be a place where we can sell off. Other than that, we'll have to see how it goes. If it breaks below the low of this swing, then any push up is going to be your cue to sell intraday. Okay, so if we break below this swing, close under it, push up, sell down at an Astro hour, and that's what you can do. Euro dollar. Now remember with the euro dollar, I said no selling at the lows here, and I said yesterday you could also buy as well. So if the market retraced to an Astro hour, you could also buy. If you take a look at yesterday's Astro hours, all right, so that's 4:30 there. Nothing really happening there. Let's take a look at 125 to 240. Well, that's your 245. So we had 240. The market retraced, went up into there, and that's fine. And then what do we have? Pretty much that's it. The other one was 945 yesterday, and that's probably 945 is there. All right, so the market from 945 slided down, made a retracement down, and then just went up into the Astro hours. As you can see, it closed here, and also what do we have? 7 and 8 o'clock. That's your 7:15, as you can see. So we had 7:05. That's your 7:15 there. Okay, and also 8:45, which is there. All right. So the market from there came up into that zone and just stagnated from there on. Now with the euro dollar, remember we've got room to come down. We do want to push this down, but we want to be selling, when the market goes up. As you can see, it's covered this gap nicely here, and there's a bit more room to cover here, as you can see. Okay, so if the market still does have some opportunity to go up, and it can, if it does, we want to be selling at the tops of these, this resistance line here, at the tops here. Okay, simply because that's going to fill in the gap, and that's also a Venus line. So going back into it to push down is what we want, and we should come down towards this Mercury line as well. Okay, so we still have room to come down, but no selling in this zone because simply this is a buy zone. Okay, let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. So draw your lines like I do. Wait for that level. Just mark this level in here. So if Eurodollar does go up, we'll be looking to sell from that zone downwards. Okay. In the interim, if you're like into intraday trading, then what you're going to have to do, if you're using the ATAM strategy, you can go to the 1 hour or the 15-minute chart. And if it retraces upwards or downwards, if you want to buy, wait for that pull down into an Astro hour and then go long. All right. But you see, when it starts to tap in here too many times and doesn't leave this zone, you see it becomes dangerous. Okay, because you're just in here too many times, and then likely to pop down, come into the Mercury line, and then push up. And also look at this level here from before. Right, so the market can be a little tricky here. Be mindful. So if you're trading the euro dollar, be a bit more sensitive to what's going on in the market. But my opinion is, if we retrace back up, I want to be selling it. Also, this week there is news coming out with the euro dollar, interest rate news. So be on top of your game. All right, so this is Dow Jones. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Well, Dow Jones was nice yesterday, as you can see here. It made those targets and just sold off. That's just beautiful. Okay, so now price just good. That's just nice. Okay, you see all those targets are done. Pin bar and just slides down. This is really good, and the market can be going down again. Now remember, Dow Jones had a swing day Monday as well. So if that's just swing day Monday, see how it closed the gap there, nice and easy, and selling off. Okay, so if we have a bit more move up, it's 3 days in a row. So today, any retracement up might be worth selling. If it closes up again today, then you're going to have to wait for the next swing day. Okay, at the end of the day, we still have You know, I'd say actually selling is not a bad idea. As you know, with the indices, I'm into the selling. This is just a bit of a problem, okay? Like breaking above the weekly PST, that's just for me is a bit of a drama. So we have to be careful if you're trading this. How can you be careful when you're trading this? I'll tell you. First of all, whenever you're going to sell something, make sure you get your levels right, okay? And the hours. If you want to be more meticulous, get the time and price correlation and then sell off, okay? And that's how things should pan out, okay? Now, here, as you can see, we've got the swing here. This is yesterday's swing. If the market should break below this actually, okay? So any push up into these levels where the market flew down before, yes, like yesterday, where they sold off yesterday, this level, the daily pivot even, right? If it's a astro hour and we're up here at the daily pivot, slightly higher at this level here, then I think it's good to sell, okay? If it comes back into 34,716, that's too high. Let's just check the weekly as well. That is 54, 34,664. So what we're going to look out for is 34,664, which is basically this level here, okay? We want to, if we're going to be selling, selling around here is not a bad idea. And then we want to get away from this level as much as we can. If it starts to break above it, don't muck around because as you can see, we're making higher highs, higher lows, okay? And the market made that peak and closed above. So there will be buyers also coming in for this. And this is why I hate going against a PST breakout, okay? Because somebody will come back on the retracement and buy it off. So despite the fact that I'm short on indices, I'm short only when the price is going up. Okay, so we're short from the tops, never from the lows. So this is what you can do. If the market comes down first, then going up is a better option. Keep an eye out for the New York opening, 4:30. If the market goes up first, then selling is a good option because in the opening, if they buy it to push it up, then they're going to sell it expensive because they're testing the highs to resell. Okay, then all you got to do is match your hours to it. Nasdaq, same kind of thing. As you can see, we still got a bit of a target there, as you can see. And remember, with the Nasdaq, I said, you can go up with this one, or you can just chill out because you see this breakout here, okay, on the PST. So the market, pushing up is not a surprise. If you went long yesterday, let's go back to yesterday, 15-minute chart. If you went long yesterday on the weekly pivot, that's 515. We didn't have anything at 515, but that is your 5 and that's your 430. So if you sold here, you did okay. All right, that's your 435 running in there. And then once it came down to the weekly pivot, there's not much to do really. And the only thing you could have done is just 7 o'clock, which is that one there. Okay. Now SP 500 was a bit more forgiving on that one. And if you take a look at Dow Jones, that's your 705 right there. So, those were more forgiving than the NASDAQ because NASDAQ is a bit choppy, as you know. And it just will put you in the trade a little later. But at the end of the day, that's how it is. So if we do go up, don't stand in front of it. Just wait for a new setup. And also yesterday, remember I said we could go up into that zone here, into that red line and that red line, and we're both there today. So, the market going up a little bit more is on the cards. Okay, so be mindful. What to do if you want to sell this, then two levels you can do it at. You're either going to do it now at 15,475, or you're going to wait for these to happen. From 60 to 64, which is 15,538 to 15,642. Those price levels, 15,547, 15,571. Those are going to be all prices where the market can sell off if it continues to go up, and this is not a bad idea. If it does not go above 15,475, 15,475, which is there, okay, that's like a level, as you can see, where the market stopped yesterday, and that's it. This is where the market can also sell off. There is room to come back and retest the lows. So selling at Astro hours here is okay, but if it breaks above that, be mindful. Take your notes, take these prices down, okay? From 60 to 64, you got 15,538, 15,547, 15,571, 15,642. All of these levels at Astro hours are okay to sell if we come back up here into that zone. If I was to make a little bit of an adjustment here and not be so lazy, let's see what I would do. I would do this there. Okay, so going slightly up and tapping in. Looks like it's already tapped. This is an indecision bar here. Okay, so as you can see, the market filled that out nicely, pushed up, and then going back down again from these levels may not be a bad idea at all. So if we also break below this level, it should continue to go down sharply. And as you can see, this is actually a really good setup, okay, because this big fall just broke that. So now we've got an A, B, C up, market retraces, falls down, up, and fall down again. So I want to be sellers. Bitcoin, as you know, if the market goes up, I say sell it off. This is what the market did yesterday, sold it off. Actually, if you, let me just see. Let's get rid of this. Looks like that was a target, which I did put down. On the daily, let's see what happened. There you go. This is a dip again, and then the market goes back up nice and easy. This is not a bad zone to be selling, actually. Okay, so as you can see, there's still some sell action. There's some buy action here as well. We'll see how this pans out, but I would be, I'm on the shorter side of things. I talked about this 46 level this week, so 26,542. If it does get up there, 26,542. 26,540. So that's your zone there as well. It could get up there. This is a sell zone. You can see this is where the market sold off before. It's got room to come down, guys. If it's an Astro hour from the highs, you can also sell from here. In my opinion, like I'm always saying, hasn't changed. This should be pushing down.